Hey guys, welcome back to The Sam Show on the Auntie YouTube channel. I am a lover of books. If you didn't know that, you might know that. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know I love reading. That's my hobby now that I'm a full-time crafter for the Auntie team. And I don't just love reading. I love things that look like books. And book things and books accessories and literally like anything book-like. So when I saw on the Auntie membership, they had for Glowforge and laser users these book boxes. I was so ecstatic because not only could I always use some storage in the craft room, I mean, who doesn't need more storage in their craft room? It also is fun storage. So it's not just a box, it looks like a book. There's so much you can do with it, so many ways you can decorate it. And I want to show you how I made this one and give you all the ideas for things you can make. I want to hear all your ideas of what you would put in it, what theme you would go with, if you would use it maybe in a different room of your house. I don't know, I want to know. So let's get going with this project. Hey everyone, it's Sam from the Auntie team, and you're watching The Sam Show. Let's go make some fun things. Like I said in the intro, this is an Auntie membership Glowforge file. But I don't have a Glowforge, but thankfully Jess from 99 Arts Designs with the Z has one, and I ordered these book boxes from her, so that's where I got my blank from. And pretty much you can do whatever you want with these. She cut it out in wood, so I am painting it with Auntie chalked up paint. I'm using the color Flamingo. So at first I thought about staining it, so that's why I really watered down the paint. But then I was also kind of worried about adding too much paint and it kind of clogging up all of those crevices that need to bend. So definitely do thinner coats. You can see I added a lot more paint on the sides because I wasn't worried about those crevices as much. But still do light layers of paint because your pieces will fit together a lot better. And I'm using the color Blushing for the sides. Every book needs a title, so I am using Auntie stencil vinyl and one of the hobbies and crafting files to make a stencil. It just says handmade with the scissors on it. I thought it was so cute because what I am using this book box for is a little sewing kit to keep all of my needles and a little pair of scissors and just every little thing that you need for a sewing kit. I thought it'd be so cute to do on this box. So I am just weeding out the stencil vinyl for this stencil. And with the stencil vinyl, I like to use the masking tape, transfer tape. I think it works a lot better than the grid line transfer tape. So just work slow. There's a lot of little pieces on this, and make sure you press all the bubbles out like you do. And then for my first layer, I went back in with the color Flamingo, and this will help with bleeding and preventing bleeding. So I just use a foam brush and dab it straight on and do an extremely thin layer. And what I decided to do is a metallic cover, so I'm going to spray paint this now. So this is like a bronzy copper finish. It's just Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I am going to spray paint some buttons and then the little lock lever that goes on the book. I just do some thin layers outside, and then I'm also going to spray paint the cover, and you can see I taped everything off so that way I wouldn't spray paint the parts I didn't want. And I just did 2 thin layers of spray paint, and then I took all of the stencil, vinyl, and tape off. For the side of the book box, I'm actually taking my Marvy Le Pen, and it's like a light creamy peach color, and I'm just drawing lines on it so it looks like pages in the book. I really just thought this detail elevated the book. I'm all about the details, and especially to make it look more bookish. So I just drew right on there and it didn't smudge at all. So Marvy Le Pens on wood, painted wood that is, thumbs up from me. Back to the cover of the book, I am taking my spray painted buttons and kind of figuring out where I want them before I just glue them down. I kind of wanted to frame the book with them, so I did them in opposite corners or diagonal of each other. And I just used hot glue. Hot glue on wood works really well. If you want to use a super glue, like Fusion Tack, that would work great too. You just have to let it sit a little bit longer. So I hot glued them on, and then I wanted to add a little bit of bling. So I am using the mix Droids on Shop Auntie Tay. It has some of the metallic-y bronze colors in it, and I wanted to use those and just accent little areas of the book. I mean, I love bling. I will add it wherever I can. And I loved that it was the same color as a spray paint I had used. And it's just kind of fun, you know, trinket-wise. So I used that, and I'm using Fusion Tack for the glue. Once your cover is completely dry, if you put anything on it, then you can put it together, you know, just so you don't ruin your front when you're putting the pieces together, because they do go a little snug. When you add the paint, it makes the wood or whatever the material is thicker, so it is a little snug when you put it back. And once you have it together, then I went in with my Fusion Tack with my precision tip glue, and I then glued it. I also didn't like how my edges were still really dark, so I went back in with blushing and touched up the edges as well, just because I like things to be complete. And when everything is all dry, you can add all of your things. Like I said, I wanted this to be a sewing kit, so I am adding all of my sewing stuff, from my needles, chalk, little pin cushion, a little pair of scissors. Literally, it's actually pretty surprising what this little box can hold. So you can see all the things I put in it, and then I closed it on up, put the little lock piece in so it doesn't come undone, and it's all finished. I absolutely love this. I love that it's a finished piece. It's not just your regular storage box, and now I know where all of my sewing things are. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye!